What are the four phases of discovery? Guys?
It's scanning, classification, identification, exploration.
Okay. Okay. Can you view the Word document? So the first phase is called as a scanning phase. In the scanning phase, you could see that ServiceNow starts the discovery and it will launch the session probes. Session probe in the sense it will be launching report for Windows, SNNP, Linux, Wins, DNS, all these VM apps, everything it will go launch. And what are the results is coming back will be get populated in the CMDB CI. So when the discovery is initiated, a probe called session is launched to detect the open ports on the device in the network. The data returned is used by the session sensor to identify certain characteristics about the devices, whether which port has been opened and which port has been opened. For example, if you say the port is 22 opened in the sense, then it is called as SSH, which is nothing but Unix classification. And Windows communication in the sense WMA protocol, which is going to have a port number of 125, 135, 135. So discovery makes a certain assumption about the devices, application, and process running on these ports. So let us see this in a practical manner. Okay, how it is going to launch the session probe and how it is going to find the things in the system. Okay. First and the foremost thing we have to design the discovery schedules in order to launch the discovery. Okay. The first one what you have to do is the go for the search for the discovery and search for the, can you see the discovery over here? Discovery topic, home dashboard, cloud alerts we have, and discovery schedules. So here let us see the schedule that has been already existed.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
If the mid server is installed in ServiceNow only, we have option of discovery, ma'am. For normal,
Yes,
for nor- if I search like discovery in my filter navigation, it does not show any modules.
you have to install the plugins and all for that, Anusha.
Where can where can I install, ma'am? Like, can you show how to install that plugins?
Go for
Like,
plugins.
hey, here
You
I am
have a
using
PDI, correct?
Shandigo,
PDI, correct?
Shandigo
In the
version, ma'am. If I
San
want to
Diego,
downgrade to Romach, uh,
you
if
doesn't
I
want to
want to downgrade,
downgrade to Rome and all. You can use it in San Diego itself. What you have to do,
okay,
no? Go for your PDI. One
okay,
minute, let me show that. Can you view my screen? My another developer.service now instance screen over here.
yeah,
It is in the San Diego version only. Okay. Go over here. Click on activate plugin. Okay. Here can you see discovery, event manage. Sorry,
yes,
you have to download from
down,
here. You have to activate from here. Okay.
okay. No need to install all these things, no? Whenever it's needed, you have to activate that plugin. So
Yes. To
ECCQ
install
is
this
not
one,
required.
ECCQ you can you can install. That's not an issue. Maybe if you discover, if you install the Discover itself, it will comes with along with ECCQ only. That is ECCQ return policy. That is a separate topic. You can install in this way. So once it is installed in your instance, then you can see the mid server discovery, all the options over there.
Okay. And yesterday you have told one assignment like you have to note down the port numbers, and I
Yeah.
forgot how to search the
Hmm.
details. Now, can you show once again? Like,
I have a link for that.
where,
Let me send it that to you. Okay.
okay,
Can you see the all application over here? Discover by CI type, specific CI, service attributes and group attributes. Here, we are going to discover the services, configuration items, IP address, networks, and serverless, cloud application certification. Whatever you want to discover, you can discover it in this way. Okay. So, for example, I'm going to launch my already a particular discovery has been run over here. Let me see. I'm not sure. Okay, wait. Let me get the IP address to run any one of the discovery in the system. Okay. Now I'm going to run my discovery. Okay, against one of the IP address. To run a discovery, you need a IP address. Okay, discovery schedules, quick discovery. put my IP address and I need to search the mid server. Uh-oh. One minute. Let me go and configure the mid server at first. It is not validated. The status is up. It is not validated. Let me go and validate this one. Validate. Okay. Save. Now it is validating. We have to wait for a few minutes. Yeah, the status is up and still it is validating only. It is validated now and showing as yes. Now if I go and search for the mid server, it is showing me the mid server. So once I select the mid server and once I set the IP address, if I try to run this, let me see what happens. First step, it used to launch the Sesame probe. Can you see? All the port probes will be launched along with this session probe to find the open port in the system.
Quick question.
Yes.
Hello. Mid
Yeah,
server is an application installed on the server, or it will be having any separate image
it will be having any separate.
image.
No, mid server only do that.
No, 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 no. My question is like mid
Hmm?
server. We are going to install any application on existing. See, in our environment, there are 15 servers, and
Hmm?
additionally we added one more server. It's a Linux box. And
Hmm?
in that Linux box, do we need to install this mid kind of application, or it's the server itself like customized operating
No,
system?
Windows or
With the
Linux
middle.
machine, you have to install any mid server into that particular network, then only it can discover the things.
So Windows or Linux is supporting OS for mid servers, right?
Yeah.
So
For
it's a
Linux
kind of
also we do have a
application.
separate mid server. Okay. Windows there's a separate
Okay.
version and Linux we have separate version.
Okay.
If you go
Okay. The
for
mid
this
server is the
installation
application.
instruction, yeah, it is a Java based run thread or it can be Unix thread also. Both the things it has. So you have to install according to your need, whether it is Linux machine or Unix machine. See, install the mid server on a
Okay.
Linux or Windows host.
Okay.
And you can deploy multiple mid server in your network for load balancing or even domain separation is enabled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you see over here, it has completed with 3 steps. It doesn't move to the classification at all. It discovered that by the open port, and it is saying no credential found for the type of basic authentication. That is why it is launching this ECCQ, input. So we need to put the credentials once we find the whatever instance. Now let us see how this session probe is finding this one as a WMI. I mean Windows. Can you see over here? Here we do have the XML input, from them. Now we want to search for the open port. Can you see the result over here? It is showing the this Windows Server result has been opened, and generic TCP port number 135 has been opened, and another one it is showing us the HTTP port has been opened. Why this is happening in the sense? Can you see over here? This was happened for the HTTP and also for the HTTP and the Windows machine, but the exact founding over here is the this Windows machine only. If it doesn't finding the what to say like credentials, it is showing that as an HTTP to be open state, but still if you come and see over here according to that, it is also showing the Windows VMR, and here it is WMI, and over here it is showing the HTTP port 80. Normal common port has been opened and the response is 20. Now if I try to add the credentials along over here and if I try to run, let us see what it is giving the answer to me. Credentials, credentials I'm going to add for the Windows. Here I could see multiple credential. I'm going to add the Windows credential over here. So I'm going to give the name and other stuff over here for the credentials. Server, Windows, username and password. These things will be given by your client itself, okay? This information and all will be given by your client, okay? This user ID and password, other stuffs and all. Now I create the credentials. Again, if I try to go and run the stuff, let's see what it happens. Discovery schedules, week discovery, IP address and mid server I given. Now I started running the discovery. Let me go into that discovery. It started. Click on refresh and see what is happening. It is classified as Windows. Now it launched the pattern. Can you see over here? At first it didn't do, it only do with the HTTP classify. Now it started launching the pattern in the identification phase. Still it is waiting for the input. Yeah. Yeah, it just gone to the next level. Many inputs we got, multi probes and all. It is launched. Think it is completed. Let me refresh and see. Yeah, it is completed. Here can you see it done with the identification and the exploration phase. Completely it is done. In the previous session, due to some of the credential issue, it doesn't move forward. Can you see that, guys? Am I audible?
Is that credential issue means will that go with the error handling something like that?
Yes. See, whatever. Okay, how service now on the mid server will be working in the sense, no. Once you place the mid server in the host network, first, the time whenever mid server get runs and it used to finds the machine and devices, no, it used to take the credentials and it used to send it to the our instance at first. Then in the credential table, we have to map all the credentials. Once these two things get matched, then only it can open the particular device and it can go and get the information about the device and it can give to you as a return. Okay.
Okay, you mean to say like one will get the credential details first and then it will
Other,
map.
yeah, yes, and then only we can get the information about the device. So up to this level on the classification it could can, but above the classification it won't run because credential validation will be happen in this classification phase only. Okay.
Okay.
So the next phase is the okay. If you see over in the classification input, can you see the information that is coming from the host machine? It is giving the version, domain name, what is see this is Microsoft Server 2019 OS operating system information and the path and the host name, and also it is giving the some of the data, fetch data, local machine server, all the information, what are the information it has about the system, it used to give us in the back. Okay.
Are there any common attributes only these informations are required and that are enough for discovery and
No,
in this
this is
transaction?
the like to open the system alone. Only in the classification phase, it will find only the for example, take an example. It is a Windows machine. Now you want to know what version of Windows machine it is, whether it's Windows 2012 or 2016, 2019. Only the operating system and few more information only we will be getting in the classification, but other information you get in the phase of identification. This pattern launcher, no, pattern will get launched. Let's see the input of this one, you can understand it clearly. This is the input that used to comes from the, this is an encrypted one in the top, the encrypted log on the top. Below, if I could go and see all the information about the system we can get back, like class name, which is nothing but the table name, OS address with short description, nothing, and the gateway, what is the default gateway, chase type, OS domain, UPS thread number, manufacturer, um, CPU, OS version,
So we get
model
all this
name, IP
information
address.
yeah, and only
Uh,
limited. We get all this information and only limited fields are being displayed in the
all the
form.
information, what and all we are asking in the pattern.
No, no, but in the field that is being displayed, it is only showing the limited information in the form,
Mm.
right? So we are getting all this information, but however, from the form perspective, it is showing only the limited information, limited fields that are required
Everything
to.
will be saved in the back end.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
got it.
have to,
Okay.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
asking that it will not display everything in the form,
yes,
only the limited
yes,
information, like so and so attributes,
yeah,
isn't it?
yes. So these are the information, serial number type, serial number, everything you will be getting from the host machine. Discovery net ARP table. Okay. This is the network adapter table, okay? Where, for example, yesterday I told you know, if you have any kind of dependent C8 that is mapped with the Windows machine, then see how many IP addresses it is passing over here.
And those information are very basic information like IP and Mac only, right? Not above and beyond that.
This is like a network adapter or switches, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so for example, okay, now the system has been mapped with any one of the network adapter or switches. What happened? No, it will discover the Windows machine. Along with that, it will discover the network switch and network adapter also. So all the IP addresses that is available in that machine will also be come along with this one
Anything that is connected to this the
system. Yeah,
system.
anything that is connected to the particular IP address, we are just discovering.
Okay. One only limited to that particular system's connectivity we will get, not above and beyond, isn't it?
No, because I queried for only one IP address, correct?
Correct.
If you query for a discovery IP ranges, For
Oh,
example, 1 to 225 IP ranges, no, then everything within that range it will get discovered.
okay.
I run it for only one IP address, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. So this is how you will be getting the result from the identification section. Let's move to the next input. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Here we have two types of discoveries right now, like credentialless and credential. And
Yeah.
how can we identify which is belongs to credential and which is not belongs to
No,
credentialless? How can
credentialless
we know?
discovery, you have to enable it. You have to do it
Okay,
manually. It doesn't
here you have run here we have
credential
run about
discovery.
one discovery about Windows. Like
Yeah.
if you get error only, we have to identify like credential error
No,
is there.
first itself, you have to put all the credentials. For example, take an example. You have
Like
around.
if you run discovery on a Linux only, what how can we identify like which error comes?
Okay, fine. See, whenever you run a discovery, no, in the credential table, you will be having n number of credentials. Okay, for only one machine only, I put the credential as of now. If there is 100 mission in the sense, for 50 that can be a same credential also, but another 50 mission the credential may be different. What happened for the Windows alone, you will be having 2 to 3 credentials. For Linux you will be having 2 to 3 likewise for SNMP or whatever devices it is. Fine. So here if you doesn't have a matching credential, then it will be showing no credential has been matched. So again, you have to go for the client and tell them, hey, see, for this particular IP address devices, no credential has been matched. Could you please provide me the credential of that machine? Okay.
Okay.
And we do have a concept called IP affinity. Okay. IP affinity in the sense, whenever we just try to see, we do have around 10 Windows credential with us. First, it will go and take the first credential. It will put into that device. It will match. It try to match. If it doesn't match, it will pick the second Windows credential and it will put and try to match. And if the fifth credential it is getting matched with the device in the sense, it will make the fifth credential as a top priority credential one. Again, if you try to run any other Windows Discover in the sense, first it will take the fifth credential, it will put and check whether it is the current credential. Then only it will start with the other credentials in the credential table. This is called IP affinity. Okay, are you able to understand this?
Can you repeat, please?
Understood, ma'am.
Okay, so this is how it is going to get you all the information from the host machine, and it will get populated in the what to say like in the CMDB CI. Now, if I go for the CMDB CIE, if I search for that IP address, no, see how many devices you will be finding against this IP addresses. I go to this table, not this one. 1 minute. CMDB underscore CI dot list. And get this IP address. Can you see over here how many things it find out for a single IP? One is the Windows server, and another one it is finding the website. One of the website is also there in the same IP address. Port number is 80, which is HTTPS. Microsoft IaaS server is the web server that is having this particular IP address in it. Okay, guys, any doubts till now? For that IaaS also a pattern has been launched and the discovery will be running for that. This is called application dependency mapping. For example, if there is any other softwares that is running in this Windows machine, that softwares will be also discovered using this kind of multi-probe sensors we are running in it. Okay, not only the devices that is dependent, also the softwares that is running in that device will also be found in this one.
So both the hardware and software, both and you will get the information.
Sorry.
So both hardware and software you will get information related to hardware and software
Yes.
of
Yes.
that particular device.
Yeah. For this application dependency mapping, we have a separate session in the discovery. I will be letting you know when we started touching that portion. Okay, how to do this application dependency mapping?
And it's not restricted to any software, right? It is for all the software to be discovered, like be it even the
Yeah.
cloud-based software as well, isn't it?
Yes, but some configuration difference is there. Once you have that configuration, it will be finding it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think, do you all get that G drive access?
Not yet for me.
Oh, so only for you there's an email access. You need to give a Gmail account alone, not the Yahoo.
Okay, I'll send you the Gmail. You can start with that.
Okay. So others, Anu and
I got access.
Prasad.
I got
Yeah.
access.
Okay. Okay.
I got also access.
Sure. Okay. No issues. So let meet on tomorrow and try to join earlier. We can start it from 10:35 sharp. Okay.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Actually, there is another works and we're missing. Better could you please send us a invite so that we will add it to the calendar.
Sure. Okay. I will do that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.